To my channel, and welcome to day one of 31 days of Halloween for 2020. So I cannot believe that we are finally here. It's so exciting. So yes, this is my background for this year. As you can see, I've gone for a witchy theme this year with 31 days of Halloween. So I'm just going to kind of talk you guys through my background just a bit before we get into the actual video. So as you guys can see, we are in the Spellman mortuary, and I am dressed up as Sabrina Spellman today. Oh no, my collar's a little bit twisted. There we go. Yeah, so I wanted to go with this theme for this year because Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is my favorite show on Netflix, and unfortunately it is being cancelled. This season is their last season, the 4th season, and I'm so sad because I love that show so much. So I thought in honor of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina ending, I thought I would make that my whole theme this year. So did any of you guys guess the theme? Because I did put a lot of hints here and there during my Spookyween videos with like the Sabrina tutorial, the Sabrina costume and makeup tutorial. I also did a theme like hint with my profile picture here on YouTube and on Twitter as well, and I also gave some little hints away on Twitter, so like through emojis. So did any of you guys guess the theme correctly? So, and are you surprised with my theme for this year? So yeah, I love this background a lot. It's like really different, and I really wanted to go with something different for this year. So yeah, I'm really like proud of it. So I'll do like a full overlay of it so you guys can see it out in full. So I have these two sheets here that I got from the Costume Box website. There's like scene setters, and I thought they looked really like the Spellman house. So it like reminded me of like the Spellman house, so like the inside of it, so that's why I went with these. And then I have this The Witch is In sign here, which I just thought went perfectly with this background and the theme. And then I have this Spellman mortuary poster, which I got from Redbubble. So yeah, I just like really wanted that to be part of the background because I thought that it would go perfectly with the background. And then with my lights I feel like are perfect for this background. You can't really see them like in like now, like in this part of like the video, but in the overlay I'll try to show you guys. But they're little black cats, which I thought were perfect for this background because, you know, Salem is Sabrina's familiar, and Salem is a big part of the Chilling Adventures and also just Sabrina the Teenage Witch series. So yeah, I saw these lights on Amazon and I was like, oh my god, they're perfect for my background. So yeah, I went with them for the lights because I didn't have any lights that went with the background. So, but then I found them and I thought they would be perfect. So yeah, and then obviously today I'm dressed as Sabrina. I'm in my Sabrina costume, which you guys saw me do a tutorial of during Spookyween. And yeah, and then of course I've got my Salem cat here with me as well. But yeah, I'm so happy with this background. I love it so much. It's definitely very different to the last 31 days of Halloween background. Yeah, I just wanted to go with something completely different this year. And yeah, just kind of a little bit more laid back because I feel like my last 31 days of Halloween background was really like out there, like the asylum background was really out there. So yeah, I just wanted to do something a little bit more chilled out this year, and I feel like this is perfect. I love it so much. So yeah, this is the background that you guys will be seeing pretty much almost every single day this month, and I'm just so excited. So yeah, I just love it so much. So there is my background finally revealed to you guys. So I hope you guys are happy with it. I love it so much, and I feel like I go really well with the background today, like with my costume and like all the coloring and stuff, and it's just perfect, so I love it. So yeah, so there is the big reveal finally of my background to you guys. So yeah, but now let's get on to the actual Alright, so for today's video, as you guys can see, like always with 31 days of Halloween, we are starting off with the tag video. Now you would think that I have run out of tags, and I did run out of tags to do for 31 days of Halloween, but I found this tag which I feel like would be perfect for this year because it's like a tag about an event, and it's an event that I have been to. So as you guys can see by the title, you know what like tag we're doing. But so we're doing the Halloween Horror Nights tag, which I didn't even know was like a thing, but apparently it is, and I found it. So I thought that I would do it since last year I got to go to Halloween Horror Nights finally, and this one is like set for the Orlando, the Florida Halloween Horror Nights, like this tag. So yeah, I thought it would be perfect to do, and there's not that many questions. There's only 10 questions. So a lot of them like are going to be kind of hard to like answer. Well, not a lot of them, just like a few of them are going to be hard to answer because this is like for someone who's been to the event multiple times. I think so. I've only been to the event once, but I feel like I've gone to it a lot of times thanks to the Tim Tracker, because I watch the Tim Tracker videos and he's gone so many times, so I feel like I know the event like a lot thanks to his videos. So like I know what like all the different years have been like. So yeah, I am going to go off of my knowledge based from those videos that I watched, and then also from like when I went last year. So but yeah, so there are 10 questions, and I'm gonna try and go through them as quickly as I can so this video doesn't go for too long, because I tend to do that with my tag videos. But yeah, so I have all the questions here on my laptop, so let's get started. So the first question is, how many years have you attended Halloween Horror Nights? So I've only gone 1 year, and that was last year, and it was amazing. It was everything I thought it would be and more. I loved the event so much, and the whole time I was there, I just felt like I was in a Tim Tracker video because I had seen it so many times through his videos, and I was just so excited to finally be there. It was a dream come true for me. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it was. It's like one of the most amazing Halloween events, and I had been wanting to go to that event for a very long time, and I finally went last year and it was amazing. So if you guys want to see what I got up to at Halloween Horror Nights last year, go check out my Halloween Horror Nights video. So I will leave that in the description below so you guys can go and watch it. It was amazing, and unfortunately it's not happening this year because of, you know, everything that's going on right now. So which is a shame because this year is an anniversary year for them. This year is 30 years of Halloween Horror Nights, and it had to be cancelled because of the coronavirus, which is so unfortunate, but they're going to be doing the anniversary year next year. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it like had to be done, you know. So but yeah, I've only attended it once, and it was amazing, and I feel like if I lived in Florida I would definitely go every single year because it was such an amazing event and I had so much fun. So yeah, only been once, but definitely go multiple times if I could. Alright, so the next question, what is your best memory at HHN? So my best memory from, I think I just have to go with what I experienced last year, obviously. So last year, my best memory would probably have to be when I went through the Stranger Things haunted house. So I loved that house so much, and I know that a lot of people didn't really like it, but I loved it because I'm such a big fan of the show, and I felt like I was inside of the show when I was walking through that house, and it just felt so real. And they just do such an amazing job with all like the set production and everything, and it was amazing. I was just like on cloud 9 when I was walking through that house. That was definitely my favorite house of the night, and it was so much fun. So yeah, that was definitely my best memory at HHN last year, was when I got to go through the Stranger Things house as like a huge fan. So it was so much fun, and I just wanted to do it over and over again, but I couldn't because the line was so long. But So yeah, it was just so good, and that was like definitely the highlight of my night, was getting to go through that house. Okay, so the next question is, if you were only able to attend one maze and only one for your whole life, which maze would it be? So, last year there were 10 mazes, which is a lot, and I went through all 10 of them. Obviously I love the Stranger Things one, but I don't know if I would go through that one for my whole life. But the other one I really liked was the Universal Monsters house. That one was so good. So it was based off of like the classic monsters like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. Who else do they have? They have the Creature of the Black Lagoon, all of those type of monsters. And that house was really good. So I loved it. It was definitely like my second favorite after Stranger Things. And I just loved that house so much. So yeah, that would definitely be the house that I would go through. Like if it was the only one maze that I could go through for my whole life, would be that one. Would be the Universal Monsters house from last year, because it was so good. I got a lot of good scares in there. So yeah, definitely that one. Okay, next one. What is your favorite scare actor moment? So last year I didn't really have that many scare actor moments, but it was actually one that I remember was from the Universal Monsters house again, and it was at the end of the house there was a Frankenstein at the end, and I had no idea that he was there. And he was very well hidden, because I thought like I was exiting the house and that the house was over. But he was literally right at the end of the house, and he jumped out at me and scared the living daylights out of me. That was the best scare I got of the whole night, because I had no idea he was there. So yeah, he was really good, and that was one of the best like scare actor experiences I've had, because he got me so good, and it was just like I was not expecting it at all. Even though I had seen like videos of the house before, like I'd totally forgotten about that part of the house, that he was there at the end. And I was walking, I was like, oh okay, good, we're out. And then he like came out at me and got me really good. And yeah, I love that. He was a really good scare actor who played Frankenstein, and he like got me really good. So that was definitely one of my favorite scare actor moments. Okay, so the next question is Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure or Jabberwockies. Now, I never got to see any of these shows because Bill and Ted's ended a few years ago before I went to the event. But I have seen Bill and Ted's like on YouTube, and I know what it is about, and I know what the Jabberwockies are about. So I would definitely have to go with Bill and Ted's, because Bill and Ted's is kind of more of what I would be into, I feel like, because the Jabberwockies is just like a dancing show, I feel like what I know of the Jabberwockies. And Bill and Ted's is a dancing show as well, but it's also more comedy, and it's like a lot of references to pop culture at the time. And I would have loved to have seen Bill and Ted's, but unfortunately it ended like a couple of years before I went to the event. So, but I had seen like clips of it, and yeah, definitely Bill and Ted's instead of Jabberwockies for sure. Okay, so question number 6. If you could change any scene in a maze, which maze would you change and why? I don't really have like an answer for this question, because I feel like I haven't been to the event as much as other people have, so, and I haven't gone through the mazes like multiple times, so I feel like I can't really answer that one. So I think I'm just going to skip that one, because yeah, I've only gone through the houses once last year, and like I don't really remember it, so and I've only been to the event once, so yeah, I feel like I can't really answer that one, so I think I'm going to skip that question. So we're going to move on to question 7. Okay, and then question 7 is, what is your worst experience at HHN? So I didn't have any bad experiences last year, but there was something that I kind of like witnessed last year at HHN, and there was this girl and a guy, there was like, they were a couple, I'm assuming, and all of a sudden he just like started like a fight. And like I thought at one point it was going to go into like a real fight. Like they weren't like, he wasn't like hitting her or anything, but it was like a really like verbal fight. and I was like, oh no, that's like looks really bad. And thankfully there was a team member like nearby, and she like saw it, and she like kind of called like security, I think. So that was like a bit unfortunate. That kind of like made like a dampen to the night, because it was just not something I really wanted to see, and I was scared that it was going to like turn into something more, but thankfully it didn't. So that kind of like dampened the night a little bit and made it like I know, a little bit unfortunate that I had to see that. So yeah, that would probably have to be my worst experience at HHN, was that I had to see that, and it just wasn't pleasant. It made the night a bit unpleasant, but thankfully it didn't turn out to anything too bad, and thankfully a team member did see it. So yeah, I definitely think that the guy was like, that was finding his girlfriend, was drunk. You could definitely see it. Like my dad and I were watching it from afar, and it was just, you could tell that he was drunk, because there's alcohol at the event. So she didn't seem too drunk, but he definitely did, and it just like didn't look very good. But thankfully he didn't like start throwing any punches or anything. It was just like verbal. So but yeah, that was like a bit of an unfortunate thing to see at Halloween Horror Nights. But yeah, thankfully, like I said, it didn't turn anything like into like really bad, so that was good. Alright, so the next question: change one thing about Halloween Horror Nights. I guess I wish that it would be less crowded, because at some points like during the night there was like hardly anywhere to walk, especially during the scare zones, like in the streets, and that was like a big thing, even though I'm not like too bad with crowds like that. But yeah, I just wish, I've like seen older videos of Halloween Horror Nights like from vlogs, and it didn't look as crowded as it was like when we went. So the event has obviously like evolved and changed like throughout the years, and yeah, it was not a super crowded night that we went on a weekday, so it wasn't too bad. But there were just some points where it was just a little bit too crowded, and like you could hardly walk through the scare zone. So yeah, that's like one thing that I would probably change, is if it was like a little bit like it used to be, where I know like they need like money, and like it's like what like makes the event go is like if people keep going. But it would have been nicer if it wasn't like too crowded at some points. But that's like the only thing. At just some points it was super crowded, and there were just like way too many people. Okay, so next question is, what maze would you want to bring back? Now this is another one that I don't think I can answer, because like I said, I've only been to the event once, but from the videos that I've seen, I really wish I had gone through the first Stranger Things haunted house, because they did one in 2018. That was the first year they did the Stranger Things house, and it was based off of the first season, and then the one they did last year was based off of the second and third season. But like, don't get me wrong, I really liked that house, but the first house of Stranger Things that they did looked amazing, and I wish that I had got to go through that one as well. So yeah, I feel like that's one that I wish they would bring back, because it looks like such an amazing house. So definitely the first Stranger Things haunted house. Alright, and then the last question, there's actually 11 questions, not 10 questions, and it says, what smell do you not want to return? And again, I don't know if I can answer this, because I didn't really experience any smells during the event. So yeah, I don't know if I can like answer that one, because obviously like in the houses sometimes they have smells, but yeah, I never really experienced any of that. So yeah, I don't know if I can answer that one or not, so I'm just gonna leave that one. So yeah, so that was the Halloween Horror Nights tag. It was a bit of a fail because I couldn't really answer all of the questions, but I answered the ones that I could answer, and hopefully I gave good answers to you guys. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to lose my voice already because I talk so much in these videos. So I'm going to end this video now. So thank you guys so much for watching the first day of 31 days of Halloween. This is just the beginning. We are just getting started here. There are so many more videos to come, and they are going to be so much fun, and I can't wait for the next 30 days of uploads, and I hope that you guys are excited as well, and I'm just, I cannot believe that it is here, like that it is finally time for 31 Days of Halloween, my favorite event of the year. So, well, not event, my favorite, like, well, I guess it is kind of an event, my favorite YouTube event of the year. So yeah, I'm just so excited that it's finally back, and like I missed doing it last year, even though I went to Florida last year and it was amazing, but I really missed doing 31 Days of Halloween last year. So I'm so glad that it is back, and I hope that you guys are as well. So yeah, that is it for the first video of 31 Days of Halloween. I'm going to end it now before I completely lose my voice. So I'm going to sign off now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe because there is a whole lot of videos coming your way this month. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 2 of 31 Days of Halloween. Alright, bye guys.